Hey guys, thanks for joining me. Today we are working on a 24 by 12 inch deep edge canvas, of course, because this is my favorite. Next video should be a 20 by 24 inch, so keep your eye out for that one. I do have this taped on the back and I have it sitting on top of my spinner with my attachments. If you guys are interested in checking out these attachments that I have, stick around to the end of the video and I do like a walkthrough of my extenders. Okay, I'm gonna go over the colors as we're pouring them. I have kind of touched on this color palette before, but I wanted to revisit it. So that's what we're doing today. All right, first color we are going to lay down is Amsterdam Payne's Gray mixed with Amsterdam Prussian Blue, just a dollop of it to lean that Payne's Gray more towards blue. And I did add a dollop of Ultramarine Violet by Amsterdam to marry the colors together, because the other side of the color split will be this as well, the Ultramarine Violet. Okay. All right, so let's just go for it. Okay. All right. All right, so we got that down. I'm gonna get my hair dryer and just blow it around. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do today is get my palette knife, which really needs to be clean. I'm just gonna spread this around. All right. This is the first time I'm using my actual extenders, and you know, it's hard sometimes to watch them get covered in paint for the first time. Oh. Okay, so now I'm gonna do, so this is Ultramarine Violet by Amsterdam, and I did, because this is a very opaque color, and I didn't want it to take over and start exploding cells everywhere. So what I did was I added in some Zinc White by Amsterdam, which is a mixing white. And the Zinc White is transparent, so it's made this Ultramarine Violet less opaque than it was originally, and took it down a shade. So we're going to add this here. Okay. And whoop. Then we're just going to spread it around. Gorgeous colors together, I swear. Okay, so my colors are laid down, or my base paints are laid down. Let's get that a little bit more coverage there, and that'll get covered up as I'm pouring. We're going to start with the Zinc White by Amsterdam. Again, don't forget, guys, if you want to see how I mix these paints, check the description box or the end screen for a link to a video on how I mix my paint and pigments. Okay, so we're going to go for some Ultramarine Violet. And then some Pinwheel Mix. This is Pinwheel by this little piggy, and I added a dollop of a Primary Magenta by Amsterdam. And now let's do some, what do I have mixed here? Okay, now let's do some, this is the, what is this? King of Pain in this little piggy. Okay, and then we're going to call it, but what we are going to do is move these out of the way. We are going to blow some of this base paint over. So I'm going to pour just a bead of paint down there, and then get that Payne's Gray mix and pour another bead. The colors just are stunning together. I love it. Right down there. All right. Let's get the hair dryer. And you know what? Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, let's get the hair dryer. I'm using a Baby Bliss travel hair dryer. It's 1200 watt, low and high speed. I use it on low. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to blow out here first, and then we'll blow out that edge. All right. Oh my God, the colors are gorgeous. Okay, and that's developing. So now we're going to go for here. Okay, oh my gosh, the colors are really gorgeous. It is developing. My paints were a little bit on the thicker side, but I'm hoping for the cell structure to hold up a little bit more. I want some cool cells, which I'm getting some. Everything's still kind of developing, so I may, oh yeah, that's looking good. Let's see, I'm debating on whether or not to mess with that. Okay, so since my paints are a little bit thicker, it's taking a little bit longer for the cells and the lacing to kind of develop. But that is in a way good, because then they're not gonna, you have a better chance of your cell structure and your lacing kind of staying put. If it was, the paint was a lot runnier or thinner, it would spread out. It would just keep spreading and spreading, and that's kind of when you start running into the issue of like, it looks pretty now, but then say 2 hours later, it's just all kind of gone into like melted kind of. So just give it a second. I'm going to give it a second, and I think I'm going to, do I leave it? I'm just debating on this middle bit. Let me have a think. The colors are gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at those cells, are gorgeous right there. I think I'm going to try and get my torch working. I still have to get a new torch, but I think I'm going to try and get it working and do a little torch, and then I'm going to debate on this section here. Okay, so I'm just gonna See if I can promote some cells to come up, and then as well as pop some air bubbles. I'm going to try and get something to happen in here. Okay, I'm loving it. It's very simple and it's got a really nice flow. The composition is good. And since I've torched, I'm getting a few little cell clusters in here. These are my favorite sections right here. So we'll see. I can't get over the colors though. They just match really well together. And again, the zinc white, I wish I would have put, I always forget, I wanted the zinc white on the bottom, and then I wanted to drizzle some on the top as well before I blew over, and I forgot again. So I'm going to try that again. But I love the little highlights that it gives, like throughout. Yeah. So I'm going to scrape the drips, and I will bring you guys in for a flash on and flash off close up. And then, you know, if I decide to do something else, tweak it or mess with it, I will be sure to show you guys. All right, be right back. All right, guys, I lost my footage right after my pour of the close-up. So this is the next day, and you can see that it's dry here and then it's still wet there. So I thought I'd show you guys anyway. So as you can see, it's drying just as I left it, so that's good. And those little cells there, I love those. So I will show you guys this again when it's fully dry, but I just wanted to, you know, just give you guys a little close-up view. Yeah, everything's drying nice. Hasn't moved. I love it. It's very simple and the colors just are gorgeous together. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you want to learn more about my spinner extenders, stay tuned. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks again for stopping by, and I hope you guys are all well. Bye. Finally, I get to show you my spinner attachment extender. So for those that like to spin big or go big, this is for you. For anybody who needs a spinner and just likes to keep it small, you know, there's my spinner there. It's a 14-inch spinner, and you can get that on my website. But now soon, these are going to be released in January, and I will be doing pre-orders. I'll have all that information to you guys. I'll let you know it. Should be taking pre-orders in the next few days. It'll be on the website, and I will let you guys know on my social media, all that. But I wanted to show you guys what I have coming for the spinner. And for those of you who have purchased a spinner already, these are going to be, if you wanted to purchase one of these extenders, I will not be charging you shipping. So if you've already purchased a spinner and you want one of these, hit me up, or I'll probably be shooting out an email to all you guys and offering an extender. If you purchase the extender, I will not charge you shipping. So let me show you how this works. The wingspan is 35 inches. That's 89 centimeters. There are multiple position or like setups for it. And what I'll do now, this is it completely set up, so you can put, you know, I'll show you some examples. So these are 24 by 12 inch canvas. So if you wanted to do like a 2-piece, you could do a 2-piece, or, you know, whatever. But I just want to give you guys an idea. So there is 2 deep edge 24 by 12 inch canvas. And there's no paint on this. Usually I attach my canvas with a silicone mat, which I'll show you in just a few minutes. And then also I put some paint down just to, you know, when you're doing the bloom or whatever, just put some paint down just to help the canvas stay. You don't have to spin them crazy so they fly off. But anyway, so there's that. Okay. And if you are spinning something like this, I would suggest throwing some painter's tape down just on this, you know, so you don't get paint in your little crevices. Okay, and then I'll show you just another surface on it. So there you go, just to get an idea. Okay, and now I'll show you the different setups. First one I'll show you is one of my favorite ways. And you guys will be seeing me use this on my channel as well now that I have it. And this is a prototype, but this is what it's going to be. There might be a small few modifications, but this is the setup. Okay, so the arms come off, so good for storage and for shipping prices. So there we go. Okay, so this is another setup that I like. You guys have seen me kind of, I had my husband make me up one. So you can kind of go like that, or even if you're not spinning, you know, just kind of center it out, or center it out. Even if you're not spinning, I do like to have this for me, I'm short, so it's hard to get over on this end, and you always have to pick up your canvas and turn it, so I can just do my thing like that. Okay, so that's one, and another way to set it up. And now I'll show you another one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to move it here. Just kind of play around with different ones, and then I'm going to take this one off here. So see, you have different ways you can kind of set it up, and it's not going anywhere. All right. And then we'll take it all apart and I'll show you guys how to assemble it. Okay. I hope you guys like this. I'm excited because this is just, I've been working on this for a while and finally have just kind of decided exactly how I wanted to do it. So this is your centerpiece, obviously, that attaches the arms, okay? So we'll assemble it really quick and then I'll go over some other things. This is how I like to assemble it. I put one in here and then I go to the other side, and then it centers itself out as you're attaching them. And it's just like kind of a puzzle. Now these are going to be made with moisture resistant MDF, which is what my spinners are made out of. So you don't have to worry about your board warping. This prototype here is not made out of moisture resistant, but the extenders will be made out of the moisture resistant MDF. So it'll have a green hue to it. As soon as I have all that information and the pre-order release, you guys will know about it. I'll say it in a video, but again, I'm hoping to ship these out 2 weeks into January, so exciting. But there you have it. I hope you guys like it, and you will definitely be seeing me use this in my videos now that I finally have it. Super excited. Another thing I wanted to say is this sits low to the table, so when you're spinning, you know, the paint is not going to go as far, so it's just low impact, I guess you could say. But yeah, so I hope you guys like it, and I just wanted to get a video of it and how to assemble it and all that good stuff. So I'm super excited about this, and this is going to be a staple in my studio. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, let me know. Another thing, I do have a mat here I got from Fluid-Art Co. Fluid-Art.co, I should say. And I use this, and I'm going to be using this as well on top of the extender. I may get a larger one just to kind of see how that works, but use this helps with like a little bit of the mess, and gives a bit of a grip for your surface, so for your canvas or your board or whatever. So that's cool, and I usually use that for, see, definitely not going anywhere. When I'm spinning, I put it here. Now my spinner's a 14-inch. This was an 18-inch round silicone mat, so I did cut it down, and it fits perfectly now. So yeah, that's kind of keeping my spinner a little bit cleaner. Everything gets messy when we're spinning paint, so you just have to kind of figure out what works. You could do it like this. You know, so I was thinking maybe I'd get a bigger one and lay it on here and just see if that helps with the mess. Always looking for different ways to contain the paint. But I hope you guys enjoy this and let me know what you guys think. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. So I'll talk to you guys later. But yeah, keep a lookout for more info.